Have you ever wondered why some composers get constant commissions while others grind away unnoticed? Well, I've learned that it's not about how much music you produce, it's about avoiding career-killing mistakes before you make them. And I know this because I've learned firsthand through a ton of trial and error working as a composer with ensembles like the Los Angeles Philharmonic and the Minnesota Orchestra. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 lessons that'll make commissions come easier and faster while writing less music. Now, this first lesson is going to help you write less music, but make every note you write lead directly to more commissions, more performances, and more opportunities as a concert composer. And I want to show you how one of my students perfected this over this last year. Now, before he started studying with me, one of his former professors had asked him to write a solo piano piece for the first lesson. Sounds reasonable, right? But the following week, the same professor wanted 2 piano pieces. And the week after that, you guessed it, 3 piano pieces. Now, by this point, my student started panicking. And I mean, anybody would, right? Who could possibly write that much music with real care or intention? And guess what happened? Well, it's not hard to imagine that, first of all, he wasn't able to complete the 3 pieces. And second of all, the music that he was trying to write really quickly wasn't any good. But the real damage wasn't in the music itself. It was deeper. It was in his mindset. That experience, it left a scar. He began believing a dangerous myth that speed was the key to developing his voice, and that the more music he pumped out, the closer he'd get to being seen as a legit composer. The result? Well, his music became increasingly generic. He was finding it difficult for performers to have interest in what he was doing, and he didn't receive any commissions either. And worst of all, I could tell he was beginning to lose some confidence in what he was doing. So when we began together, I stepped in and told him to just stop this endless cycle. I remember saying to this composer, please slow down. Write just 1 piece at a time. Make every note matter. Be thoughtful about what you're doing so you can keep track of the things that you're doing in your music. Don't move on until you feel comfortable with the music that you're writing right now. Be in the moment. And then something incredible happened. That 1 carefully written piece, well, he got it played. And it's not because he was writing more and more and more, but because he was finally writing music that meant something to him. So the lesson here is that if you're currently writing music as if your career depends on quantity, please, please, please stop. That's not how you get performed. That's how you get ignored. Now let's move on to lesson 2, which will dramatically increase your chances of having your music performed live. And this lesson here, by the way, is all about temptation, the big trap. And that is writing for ginormous ensembles. And look, I get it. Notation software makes composing for orchestra, for example, incredibly easy. You open up a blank score on the computer, you drop in 30 stabs, you load your favorite sample libraries, and suddenly you're conducting the Vienna Philharmonic. But here's the harsh truth. Just because software makes it easy doesn't mean live musicians will actually play it. Composers who regularly have orchestral works performed have spent years building their reputations, and they've earned that trust by writing solo pieces, chamber music, and gradually expanding into larger ensembles. And you have to remember, they didn't start writing a symphony. They started small, with an emphasis on getting those pieces played. Now, if you're just starting or restarting your composing journey, writing for these massive forces too soon can trap you in this imaginary world, disconnected from live performers and real opportunities. And I see this cycle happening again and again around me. So if you want your music played, start, please, with music that can be realistically performed. Things like solos, things like duos, things like trios. Not because they're easier, but because they're more easily attainable. Just think about it. Some of the most legendary and enduring pieces we study today, pieces like Benjamin Britten's cello suites, Berlioz sequenzas, Bach's Partita in A minor. Those are a lot of B composers, I just noticed. These composers' music, all solo pieces, they still endure today. Now the question becomes, how do you actually build a reputation that leads to commissions? Now here's the thing, whether you write tonal, neoclassical, postmodern, Baroque music, whatever it is, it really doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter because there are performers all over the world looking for exactly what you love to do, as long as it's clear and intentionally written. And that's actually really good news, because now may be the best time ever to be a concert composer. There are string quartets that specialize in spectral music, brass ensembles that want fanfares, percussionists who thrive on pushing the boundaries of what their instruments can do. What I'm saying is it's all out there, but the one thing they have in common is that they want music that means something, especially to the person that's writing it. not music that's rushed. And it's not by writing in any certain style or copying whatever aesthetic you think is in at the moment. It's by writing music that you genuinely care about and making it playable enough for the musicians that want to bring it to life. Now, if this hits home for you and you're tired of writing music that just sits on your hard drive, I got another video right over here that dives even deeper at how to get your music performed.